What's good? Road to Riches gang, we back at you with another day trading video. We're going to be talking about some of the trades that I took today and some of the stocks that were actually running on the day. So some of the stocks that were running was LCID, SOUN, and MEDS. So first off, let's talk about MEDS. MEDS was actually around $11, almost $12 on the 22nd. And then we had a little consolidation around that $8 and $9 area. But today the stock in the pre-market went all the way up to $20. So this stock was up around over 90% at one point. And then as soon as the market opened, though, the stock kept on falling. We had a little bit of a wait at that $15 area, $14 area. We've just been waiting and sitting there all day, but the stock has been crashing. We had a little bit of a run at like 10-15, but it wasn't too crazy. The stock still started going down after that. But let's talk about why MEDS was actually running today. So MEDS shares was skyrocketing today because the company announced on Friday the acquisition of Super Lattice Inc. So this Super Lattice company is a US-based holding company of food products and distribution capabilities. So this stock actually MEDS merged with this company, so that's why the stock is actually up over 90% on the day. In the pre-market, the stock was going crazy. So a lot of the times we do see these things happen where there's a merger or a company is buying another company, and if you're in the stock before that happens, it's probably good for you. But if you start trying to follow that news and you try to get into the trade after they announce that, it's probably not going to be too good for you. So like you seen today, the stock went from $20 and it went all the way down to that $15 area, and that's where we've been kind of like waiting and chilling at all day. But the stock hasn't been moving up too much on the day, but in the pre-market it was a crazy run. Next thing we're going to talk about is ticker symbol LCID. So Lucid stock, this stock is an EV stock. If you don't know about this stock was running when NIO, Tesla, and all of them were running about 2 years ago. So this stock today, it actually has some crazy news though. So we've seen a run from the $5.90 area all the way to about $6.20. So this stock has been going up today because they actually have an EV partnership with British car producer Aston Martin. So LCID has entered into a definitive agreement to establish a long-term strategic technological partnership with the British car manufacturer Aston Martin. The agreement is to integrate and supply Lucid's EV powertrain and battery system in contracts worth in excess of $450 million. So I guess Aston Martin is looking to get into the EV game and things like that, and the person they're going to be partnering with for all of this is Lucid. So this is actually good for, I guess, both parties and things like that. Aston Martin is going to be using a lot of the technology and platforms from Lucid. So we'll see how that goes. How good this will be for both sides, actually, for Aston Martin and Lucid. So we'll see. So it looks like Aston Martin is going to be using a lot of the supplies from Lucid components. So this is actually good news for a lot of people who are not just day traders but investors into Lucid stock, because it hasn't been doing that good in the past few years since that crazy run in like 2021. But either way, LCID, it was up over about like 10% on the day. So this was a good one to watch. Good day trade, not too bad of a upside and things like that. But now we're going to go into the only day trade that I took today, the only stock that I felt comfortable with, and this is SOUN. Now, this stock was running because it actually joined the Russell 2000 and Russell 3000 indexes. That shows that it's not a poor company. You do have to have certain requirements to get on like the NASDAQ and a lot of these indexes and things like that. And when these companies do actually get on there, there's a lot of sentiment around it and things like that. But SOUN, it is an AI company, which is why I also wanted to get in, because I know there's a lot of a lot of sentiment around this sector. Just like a few years ago when it was the EV stocks, the electric vehicles, those stocks were running. When COVID came, it was a lot of COVID stocks that were running. So I'm not saying just buy these stocks blind just because they're in AI and things like that, but you do got to know that right now the AI sector is hot. Everybody is watching it and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of value in these AI type of stocks. So again, SOUN, we got in. I'm going to show y'all my entry. So we got in around $3.98 and a little bit around the $3.94 area. Now, the reason why I got in at that area is because if you look at the chart, that's right around the VMA and the VWAP line. So had we kept on going down, I could have been able to, get out very quick, and I wasn't too much up around the $4 area, far away from the VWAP. So that's the reason why I brought there. I do not buy too much at one point. I always buy a little bit of shares just in case the stock starts tanking. I can get out and it won't be too much of a loss for me. So that's why I do that. But hey, to each his own. So this stock right here started consolidating for a little bit this morning. We did have to be patient with this one. It didn't start running until 10:30, 10:40. But when it did started running, you could see right here that it broke that resistance, which is a good sign. So once we broke that resistance was around the $4 area, which wasn't too crazy. Again, we got in at $3 and around 95 cents. So the stock broke resistance. Once the stock broke resistance, we got to the $4.20 area. Now, this is when I started to sell a little bit because this area right here could be a little bit risky, a little bit scary. If these stocks don't have good news and they're just being pumped, you'll see them go all the way to that $4.20, maybe 15 cents, and then fail all the way back down. But that didn't happen today with SOUN. Stock actually broke resistance. We got to that 420 area. Then, again, like I said, though, we did started getting a little bit of a pullback. So I wrote that resistance line right there. 2 minutes after that, we broke that resistance, and we ran all the way up to $4.40, which was actually good. Now, this is when I started to do most of my selling. Okay, I did sell a little bit early because the stock did run up to almost $4.60, but I wasn't too mad because I wasn't being greedy, staying humble, and just reading what the chart, going by what the chart is telling me. And if I don't feel comfortable, I'm selling. I don't care what nobody says. Even if the stock does keep running, just be happy with your profits. You ain't gonna get a perfect entries at the high of the day and low of the days on these stocks. So don't be too mad at yourself. But SOUN has kept on breaking resistance. If you see here, we got about 3 resistance lines, and the stock actually broke those resistances. Now, if you look at this second resistance line, the stock actually hit that resistance, but the resistance when it gets broken, it starts acting as support. So this is a perfect example of resistance acting as support, and then we get a crazy run right after that. But again, these charts aren't 100%. Stocks are never 100%. There's a lot of psychology that goes into this. But that's really about it. SOUN was our only trade on the day. AI related stock, a little bit of good news and stuff like that. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for that YouTube algorithm, and so we can put out more videos. If you like these day trading journey videos and stock market tips and updates, make sure y'all subscribe and follow the page for more. And I'll see y'all in the next video.